Do you think there was anything? Because I just think like so much now, everyone says like that's the only way to get people to listen to music is social media. Do you think there's anything specific that you did outside of social media that made you grow so? I mean, great music, obviously, but outside of that, like that, like pushed it so that more people like listen to your music on Spotify and stuff to like grow your numbers without the social media?
Well, thanks for saying I make great music. That's always good to hear. I would say consistency. I just put out a lot of music. I'm a musician. I'm a musician that still like. There's going to be a majority of people who see this and be like, "Who is this guy?" Let me go. Oh, he has all these songs out. Let me go check it out. That's how I get discovered. And Russ was preaching this from the jump when I first started. He was like, "You need a back catalog that's so big with good music that when people discover you, there's they can just get lost in your catalog and listen to it for like a whole day straight. I don't want to get discovered and then have two songs out
Yeah,
because people's attention spans are so short. Now you also have to be versatile because not every one person wants to listen to the same song. Like I'm not going to name any artists, but you know the artists who sound the same on everything they put out. Like from the jump, I mean, my first song was kind of like a EDM-ish type hip hop beat, kind of dancey, and then the next song was different, and the
yeah,
next song was different. I'm not saying every song has to be different. Like it took me all these years to just this past year find what I think my sound is. And I've been rolling with that, but I can still, even within that, switch it up to keep people entertained and intrigued and whatnot. So I think what I did that I don't see a lot of other artists do is just put out music. You know what? You're a musician, but you don't put out music. What? That's
yeah.
like me being like, yeah, I'm a welder. It's like, well, where's your work? It's like I don't even have the fucking
Don't
welding.
have the gun yet, but my social media
Yeah,
is my occupation, so it's
like, dude, this is just you photoshopped with a welder's hat on. It's like, yeah, but it's got a lot of likes. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I just take a very like what inexperienced approach to it, and the fact that I don't get lost in all the you got to be mysterious and you got to make people wait for it and do all this shit. No one's waiting on my shit, dude. Like I'm going to get people to respect me and realize I'm really about this by dropping good songs on a consistent basis. I want to get to the point where every 2 or 3 weeks people can know they're going to get some. That's what makes people look forward to that shit if they choose to. It's not like, oh, if I don't put out a song in 2 months, people are going to find the next person they like to listen to. Like it's really an attention game at this point. And luckily, I love putting out music. That's my favorite part about this is making a song, listening to it on repeat, and be like, "Fuck, I need this out so I can listen to it." And hopefully, other people like it too. But yeah, I mean, I was whipping up a song. I think I made it last night or 2 nights ago or something. I'm probably gonna put it out November 17th after Texas comes out. I'm just very quick, and I don't have anyone I need to adhere to. I have no label person being like, oh, you should do this sound or you should fucking post this or no, fuck all that. Like I'm the big boss. Okay, I'm CEO over here. I'm delegating tasks to myself, and if I don't do them, it's on me. So when you're in this by yourself and with a small team, like I obviously have a few people working with me on the business side of things, as every artist does. I don't know an artist who solely does everything themselves. I think you're cap if you say you do, but it's us. It's and they trust me too. It's like, all right, and every time, bro, it's damn, you put out a lot of music. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to keep doing this? Yes. Yeah, I'm a fucking musician. Yes, I want to do this, bro. Like, this is still exciting to me, man. This is something I do out of my bedroom and people care. Why would I not want to keep this going? The more music I put out, the better chance I have of growing my career. It's not like, oh, I plan on being a financially free musician that just can live life and make music. So I'm going to put out 2 songs a year. That does not make any fucking sense. Can't what I could put out not 100. I could put out like 20 songs in a year and then not do as well as those two and still make way more money. it just does. I don't know what the fuck people got going on in their heads, man. But like Blackbear, you listen to Blackbear at all,
Oh yeah.
bro? I think it was off of a song he said in. I don't know if it was Digital Drug Lord. What was the one he came out with after that? It was.
Cybersex.
It was. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was that one where it's in bright pink Tims with Cameron.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
in the
Cybersex.
song, it's one of the coldest lines ever. He goes, "I see what you're doing, and it don't make sense, but I ain't your manager." Like,
Yep.
I've said that so many fucking times in my head when people are just doing shit where I'm like, what are you fucking doing? Like, this does not make any sense musically, business wise, like even just you as a person. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But I don't know. I mean, thankfully, I've had a day job. I had a day job, ended up getting laid off this past May and can thankfully do this full time. But I had a day job the entire pursuit of my music career. So I learned watching tech CEOs operate. So I operate my shit like a tech startup. It's very unplanned, but high productivity, which some people it makes them mad like if you're doing business with me, but like that's just the way my brain works now, and I'm working on perfecting it, but right now it's working, and I think the people who listen to my shit get a lot of music out of it, so hopefully they like it too.
Yeah. You mentioned, being really excited to put out music. Has there ever been well, maybe not has there ever. When was the song that you were like really, really excited to drop? And it's not that it didn't do well, but it just like didn't do what you thought it was gonna do when it came out.
Like 5 songs ago or 4, Sweatshirt. I love
Really?
that song.
That song didn't do well? Like, or not
I
like
mean,
to what you thought it was gonna do? I also love
um
that song, so I'm kind of shocked that that's the one.
you're like, bro, what's
Yeah, yeah.
let me
Like,
pull.
what? You kidding me? Like,
um I mean, it's been about see hold on. Let me look when that song came out. I don't know what the exact date is, but I'm sure I can pull it up. I want to say it was August 25th. Let
yeah,
me look real quick.
it was August or late August or early September.
Give me 1 second. View album. That song came out August 25th. So maybe I'm speaking too soon because it hasn't even been 2 months yet. But I just, I don't know, dude. I rid of all expectations when it comes to putting out a song because I think people might not believe me when I say this, but if the song gets 10 streams, that's fucking awesome. I love that. I like any amount of people listening to my shit, I think is crazy. Because again, I don't have any natural musical talent. I just started this shit and been like, I want to fucking put out songs. And people are like, yeah, I like this guy. But that song, it's just something about it to me is special. And I feel like no one is putting out music in that specific genre. So I don't know, man. I mean, that song, it's out though. That's the most important thing. It can do whatever it wants to. And maybe it'll have like a second wind or something. But if I was to say, like, if people ask me, hey, what song of yours should I check out? Sweatshirt, check that song out. And then from there, check out every song I've put out since then and maybe like the year prior to that too. But yeah, man, I mean that song when that came out, I don't know, I just had some crazy unrealistic expectations for it, which I never have. But that just like reinforces myself that I really believe in the song. But yeah, I mean it's out. Who knows, you know?
No, that's probably my favorite recent song. I'd have to say out of like what you put out recently. I was the most excited for it too. But I think
Yeah,
the first one I heard was Canadian Tux, the start of this year. Coincidentally, do you know who Ollie is?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I
No,
went,
I don't, but I know
yeah,
who it is. Yeah,
and I think you popped up then, and that was how I found it. And then there was also your song with Vic Sage, Jealous.
jealous.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I need to check out more by this guy. And then I just found letterman, jocks, and espresso, and everything else. And was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and I'm very proud of those songs too. Those two that you just mentioned, Letterman Jocks and Espresso, did very well for my standards. But I don't know, man. I'm just not on that vibe anymore. I don't know what vibe I'm on, but I'm fucking with it. but I just like making them more chill. What I didn't really know what to call my shit, and I just call it mountain pop because it makes me feel like I'm just catching a vibe in the mountains, which are my happy place. And maybe I'm a little sauced up, maybe I'm on a hike. I don't know. That's up for debate. But that's where the music puts me, and I'm going for that feeling, and not necessarily like the, oh, I gotta rap and prove to people I'm like a good lyricist. And I don't even care about that, so no one else gives a fuck about that either, probably. So but it was fun, like making those songs for sure. I made espresso in like 2021, and I think Letterman Jocks was like the Trip Continues was probably like the last harder kind of hip hop song I put out. Not to say more of those won't come. I don't know if they will or when they will, but yeah, I'm definitely finding what I like to make now, and it's just not that stuff anymore.
Yeah.